Hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Quest of the Missing Souls. If you do not know what this is, it is my TBR game, which is a quest that we are progressively going over each TBR. It is a journey, it is a story, and yeah, this is going to be the January edition. Last round I just did a Christmas special edition. I didn't pass it, but it was not affecting the rest of the game. It was just a mini fun round for Christmas.
Says the loser.
And so we're back into the game this time, and I have actually revamped the game a little bit. I was finding it a little bit too easy. I found that I was often landing on blank squares, which meant nothing, and so I have decided to add in something that involves the blank squares, and we're going to see if it comes too hard. But I've done it in a way which I'm hoping it won't be. I'm hoping there's still some leeway with things, and the only things that there aren't are just easy romance audiobooks. So hopefully it's still not too hard, but hopefully it's not as easy. So we'll see how it goes. So if you want to hear all about the story and how to play, I will link the first video where I go through the rules and the story. But for today's video, I'm just going to talk about the new rules. I think when I finally sit down and fully decide what I'm going to do with the game, I will film a little video with all the rules in one place and the story, just because again it's going to be changing now since the first round. And I've kept everything the same. It is just the blank squares, and when I land on the blank squares I have a little color wheel here, and I am going to spin the color wheel and they correlate to different things. So I'll just quickly go through what they all are. These are all different, like, typical things that would happen if you were on a fantasy adventure. So the color wheel decides what plot we're going on when we land on the blank. Yellow is a rest day, which means we're having a rest. Maybe we've just had a big battle. We're just relaxing for the day. So if I land on that, it's just a skip. I don't have to read anything. We continue on. Orange is shopping. So we're going shopping. We're stocking up on supplies. And that is a newly acquired book. So I have to read something that I have purchased recently. Red is the romance jar, and I have a little jar out there with a red lid, and the romance jar is just full of romance books that I have on Audible. So I get Audible audiobooks a lot through Kindle Unlimited, and I'm participating in Ellie's year-long readathon challenge, which is to read your books off your Kindle or Audible. And so I'm trying to get rid of all of, well, not get rid of, that makes it sound like I hate them. I don't hate them, but I want to actually read all of the books that I have on Audible. So this will encourage me to read those rather than just read from the library and stuff, because it's, you know, I've actually paid for these even though it was very cheap. That's what the romance jar is, and that's kind of, we're going on a romantic subplot. Then for purple is battle. So we've gotten into a battle, and so how we're gonna decide if we win or lose the battle is that I'll have a book I really want to read and a book I really don't want to read, and one will be heads and one will be tails, and I will toss a coin and that will decide which I read. Then on blue it's pet pick. I do have a prompt in the game with pet pick, but I know people like Tilly, so I thought I'd involve her more in my game because she's adorable and I love her and I want to show her off. The plot of that is we're just treating our animal companion. And then the last one, which is green, is booktubers. So ally assistants, I will have a jar full of booktubers and I have to read a book that they have liked or recommended, anything, or I just discovered through them. So that one's pretty lenient. Just for the moment, I've just put the booktubers that participated in my 30 plus booktubers recommend a book video for Vlogmas. I'll link it if you haven't seen it. And they recommended books in the video, so I might read those, but at points it might not be possible with what my other reading plans are, so it might not actually be that book. But that is the spinner wheel, so that's how the blank squares are going to work. Let me know what you think. If you like it, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it will be not too much harder, but just beef the TBR out a little bit, because I just feel like I'll do a round and I'll get like 3 books, and I feel like that's just a little bit too easy. Now we do also have another exciting thing happening today.
I'm so excited!
And also something exciting is that we have already finished the first round of the TBR game, because we retrieved all of the souls for Malakota. And so now we are going to be picking our next sorceress that we are going to be trying to save. I do want to somehow incorporate the sorceresses that we have already gotten into the game, but I haven't really decided how I'm going to do that yet. So I just thought these changes are big enough for this first round, so let's just see how this goes, and then next month I might see how I'm going to incorporate them into it, because most of the ways I can think of doing it will make the game too easy again. So we'll just see how we go and see which sorceress we will be saving this time. Okay, let's go. Oh, there's no sound. Oh well. Blue. Ooh, who's that gonna be? In other words, that's me going, I have no fucking idea who that's gonna be. I can't remember who's who. This is the box I keep everything in. I feel like it might be easy to just put their names in a box and just pull them out, because this whole color thing is getting a little bit complicated. Okay, I think blue is this one. And I don't remember her name. I'll put the name on the screen because I currently don't have my laptop here, so I can't look it up. But anyway, it is this one. Woo! Here is our next sorceress. She's very pretty. So yeah, we are going to be now playing to save this sorceress. So yeah, let's go set up the board and play. All right, so the board is set up. There's that annoying light over there, so we got to try and beat that before it starts coming over the board. So yeah, this is how I think I'm going to set the board up now. I will put little symbols on the spinner wheel so that we know what it is when we land on it, but I haven't had time to do that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to try and do. I might try and get to here and then just see how it goes. I might try and get up to there as well. Also, I brought this bigger dice because you can never see what the rolls are. So I hoped that this would make it a bit easier. So let's do our first roll of our second round. 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Landed on a blue. And our first prompt card is Magical Forest. Read a book with nature on the cover. I thought it said 12. God, I'm so annoyed I use this font because it looks pretty, but it's so hard to read. So of course we first got Magical Forest. So we got into a magical forest, beautiful whimsical forest, and we have to read a book with nature on the cover. For that prompt, I'm going to go with The Lost Apothecary. I got this for Christmas from a friend, and so I'm wanting to read a bunch of books I got for Christmas for a vlog in January, so this is definitely going on the TBR. And as you can see, there are flowers on the cover. So this is a historical fiction about a woman who creates poison for women to kill men. So that's cool, and I'm really excited. I don't really know what the plot or conflict is going to be in this, but that sounds amazing, so I'm super excited to dive into this. This isn't really the sort of thing I would normally read, but they got it for me, and that definitely sounds like something I could enjoy. This is definitely a book in that genre that could absolutely sneak up on me, so I'm very much excited to read this one. Alrighty, on to roll 2. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, landed on a blank. That means we're gonna spin. Sit in focus. Alrighty, let's go. I'm so excited. Purple. Let me look up what that was again. Ooh, battle. So we ended up getting into a battle, and now I've got to do the do and don't want to read and coin toss. And then of course we got into a battle. Can my character please just calm her tits? For the book I don't want to read, for the book I don't want to read, I have picked The Marriage Portrait. I have actually already started this, but I'm not really enjoying it. So I don't really want to keep reading. So I'm gonna put this. I got this from Liam's dad for Christmas. It's just not really my typical genre. So I'm gonna put this. For a book I really want to read, I'm gonna put What We Feed to the Manticore, which I feel like this is gonna get read anyway. So I need a coin. Who even has money on them these days? Oh, why did that puff me out? Oh my god, I'm showing how unfit I am. So I have a coin here, it's a 20 cent. So if you want to see some Aussie money, which probably nobody wants to see, but just in case you do. 20 cents has a platypus on it. So that's tails, and then heads is the late Queen Elizabeth. So I'm gonna put tails as the book I want to read every time, and heads as the book I don't want to read, because I always just, whenever it was what I wanted, I would always put tails, or if I was guessing I'd say tails, just because I like animals. This is one of those moments where I'm left-handed, but for some reason I want to do it with my right hand, and I'm confused. That failed. I'm so bad at this. Okay. How do you flick? It was the tails. Can you see that? This is now officially on the TBR, what we feed to the manticore. These both have tigers on them. I just realized. That's kind of funny. Alrighty, on to our third roll. Oh, that went very far. It was a 2. 1, 2. Okay. We got a blue. And we got companion death. Read a sad book. Then, of course, one of our companions died, which is terrible. Sorry, I'm just looking down at like the books I got for Christmas because that's mainly what I'm going to be reading. I don't know if any are really all that sad. So for this, I'm going to go with Hunter School. I don't really know if this is going to be super sad, but it sounds like it's going to cover some sad topics. But I think overall it might be a little bit uplifting. But anyway, it's hard to say what is going to be a sad book before you get into it sometimes. So this is a timely piece of fiction drawing on the recollections, folklore and autobiographical stories of an Aboriginal Taiwanese man aiming to reconnect with his lost tribal identity of Paiwan identity lost in the name of development. Yeah, I think it's going to cover some sad topics, but I think overall it's going to be an uplifting story. Also a hint for one of my vlogs in there if you picked up on it for what one of my vlogs for January is going to be. On to our fourth roll. That was a terrible roll, but it's a 3 if you can see. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we get to do the spinner wheel again. Okay, let's see what we get. It is a blue. What is blue? Pet pick! Okay, I will set that up later and we'll see what Tilly picks. And then we got pet pick, so I will insert footage of Tilly picking what that book is going to be. I don't know what it'll be yet, but I'm sure she'll do a good job picking. Okay, she's just going to eat food for free. Are you ready for food? Yeah. So here are the books. These are all books I got for Christmas that I'm hoping to read for that vlog. So she's here right now. So I don't know how to get the food down without her going straight to it. So I might have to hold her and put it down and then carry her somewhere neutral. I don't know. Oh, it's complicated, Tilly, okay? Let's put her down. Where is she gonna go? Gray bearer. Ooh, go Tilly. That's what I'm gonna read. Also, these are the things I got her for Christmas. They're like bits of dried chicken and they stink, so now my book's gonna smell. But was it worth it? Yes. Oh god, she looks like she's gonna throw up. Are you okay? Just goes to keep eating more. Also, I don't think as part of this you're meant to like continue filming your cat eat. But it's so entertaining, look at her. Okay, I'm gonna stop filming my cat eating. Let's do our last roll to get to the first item card. And we got a nice high number 5 when all we needed was a 1. And so, our first item card is an axe. Read a book with a tree on the cover. Wow, so I got nature and I have to read a book with a tree on the cover. And then we got our first item card, which was the axe. So an axe is the first item that the sorceress's soul is trapped in. Still don't know the chick's name. This, I need to read a book with a tree on the cover. So again, with the item cards, I do have to read the book that I pick in the TBR. The blue prompt cards I can change. So for this, I'm gonna go with Witchmark because if you can see, there are trees in the background. So I got this from Ren for Christmas, so thank you so much, Ren. Also, did I say that I got What We Feed the Manticore from Ali? No, because I'm terrible. I got that from Ali, so thank you, Ali. This is a really weird book to pitch. I'm sure once I actually read it, it'll be a bit easier. It sounds like a historical fantasy, and it's about people that have magical gifts, and this one man who I think goes to war and then fakes his death because he wants to escape and live freely and live a quiet, chill life, but I think he's gonna end up being swept into the complications. So it sounds really fun. I've heard some pretty good things about it. So I'm super excited to give this a go. So thank you again, Ren, for giving me this for Christmas, and I will try and get to it in January. I might keep going because I'm hoping to read a lot this month. So I might keep going, try and start off strong, get a good head start on the game this year. So I think I'm going to try and get the next item card too. But if I roll like shite, I'll just stop. Ooh, I got a 6! Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we got another spinner wheel. Let's see what we're gonna get up to this time. Green. Ooh, green's one of the jars. Isn't that the booktuber one? Yes! Okay. So we are getting assistance from an ally. So let's see which ally is gonna help us this game. This one. Okay. Which booktuber is gonna help us? Ooh, it is Eliza from Eliza's bookshelf. Oh, thank you, Eliza. Thank you for helping us on our adventure. Hi, so I've been flicking through Eliza's videos, but I can't really seem to find anything, so I've asked her if she has a Goodreads. So I'll put a picture here of what I end up picking because I want to actually look through her Goodreads to see what she likes. The obvious pick would be the Stardust Thief because that was on my 12 books recommended by 12 friends list. She recommended that to me. She also recommends it in my 30 plus booktubers recommend a book video, but I do not have time to read that in January. Alright, next roll. Oh my god, I cannot make this up. It is another 6. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it is a blue. And we got Final Battle. Read the last book in a series. And then we got into a final battle. Woo! And we need to read the last book in a series. I'm going to read, I had to look it up. So I am up to the last book in this trilogy, and it's I Think I Might Want You by Christina C. Jones. I have read the first 2, so I'm gonna read this. This is a like romance novella series. It's about 3 sisters. It's literally called the Love Sisters series. And let's see what this one's about. Gemma Love is beholden to no one and wants nothing more than to keep it that way. She's built a lifestyle around the things she most enjoys, traveling, good food, and good company. She doesn't need anything else, except Levi Ander throws a bit of a wrench in those plans. He just might be the perfect complement to Gemma's way of life, and he's definitely not shy about making his intentions clear. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Alright, well, all we need is a 4. So let's see how we go. I got another 6. That is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was so kind to me. So this is the first time I'm attempting 2 item cards in one round. Well, like one playthrough. So this could be really hard. We'll just see. And the last item card for this playthrough is a lantern. Read a book with a bright cover. And then we have our last item card, which is a lantern, and we need to read a book with a bright cover. So to retrieve the piece of soul from there, I need to read a bright cover book. It is a bright cover though, like, really. I don't really know what that means, and I made that prompt and I don't know what that means. I guess like super bright colors, right? So like I've got some here that are colorful, but I guess a bright is like in your face. So I guess I'll just flick through some of my audiobooks and see if there's anything bright. You know what? I'm gonna go with Demon Magic and a Martini because there are bright colors on this, and I think overall they're pretty bright with the neon kind of colors. So I'm gonna go with this one. This is, I don't even know where I'm up to now, like 5? It's like a whole series, and it's got multiple series within the series, and I'm going via her reading order, which involves a bunch of different series. So I've read mostly from the main series, but I've read one book from a different series, and I've also read some novellas from the main series. So I've read like a lot of books in this series. But anyway, this is the next one I'm up to. The main series is about a bartender who ends up getting a job at what ends up being a bar for these people with magical powers, and so she ends up getting swept up and involved in their storylines. and it's fun. It's a good time, and it's got a really slow burn romance, which is the reason that I wanted to pick it up. Like, I think I'm up to book, if I'm up to book 5, then in the 4th book is the first time they even start to possibly show any signs of there being a romance, which is just beautiful, and I'm here for it. So yeah, that's the main reason I'm reading it, but it's also just like really fun, and I'm having a good time. So that is going to be my TBR for January. It's quite scary. Let me get up the physical books. So yeah, these are the 4 physical books on my TBR for January, but of course I have a lot of other audiobooks and the Pet Pig, which will be a physical book, but I don't know what that is yet. Thank you so much for being on the journey. Hopefully I can complete all of the prompts and all of the mandatory reads, and we can pass on to the next round, which will be awesome because it's the first time I will have completed it with 2 of the item cards, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed. I will link the playlist to all of the past like episodes in me playing this game, because we are going on a storyline. So I guess the story in this episode is, you know, we went to a magical forest, we got into a battle and then a final battle, so we're being a pain in the ass apparently. One of our friends died, but we got help from our booktuber buddy, but we made a lot of progress. So now I just need to do the reading to make it actually affect and mean something. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time, but until then, bye. Oh my god, I was literally holding this up and this literally didn't make the TBR. I want to like do the whole dropping it for the effect, but like I literally got this for a present, so I better not be that disrespectful, but just pretend that I went and it went. Okay? Yeah, okay, bye.